what's up guys? So welcome back to the channel. This is Bama Jaybird Resell. I'm Josh. It's great to have you with me again today. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Anyone out there that's not familiar, I go to yard sales, thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, and just try to find stuff that's undervalued. I flip that online, mostly on eBay, and try to make a profit. So we're going to be going over some things that have sold the last couple of days. Only 10 sales going out, but a pretty decent amount. 10 sales for $380.54. While we're doing that, we're also going to take a look at something I've been promising. I made a buy of CDs from a lady that cleans out storage units. It was probably roughly 250 to 300 CDs. I didn't have that many out of them that I listed and kept. As with any bulk buy, there's always some that you have to discard, but I finally got all that stuff listed up. I've been making a lot of sales out of it. If you've been watching the What Sold videos, and I had promised a good while back that I would do like an accounting of this to kind of see what we have in them, how many we listed, how many have sold, and what we make off of this particular purchase. I found this one to be a little bit interesting, and I'm learning about media as I go, and so this was a really cool buy. So we're going to look at that today as well. So the first item I have going out, it's been a minute since I've sold one of these, but this is a Harry Potter hardback first edition. It's Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Man, I've had this for a while, and I didn't get a lot for it. I got $6 plus shipping on this book, but it is a first American edition, which makes it a little more special, and it's in really, really good shape. So I was glad to see that get off the shelf and out the door. Next, I have a sale from that CD buy. This is Marvelous 3. It's a 2 CD lot. And I got $9 plus shipping on those 2 CDs. Next item I have going out. This is a set of Pyrex Corel. There's a set of 2 coffee cups or mugs. This is the Old Town Blue Onion style. And these are in great condition. Sold these 2 for $5.99 plus shipping. And I haven't mentioned prices on this stuff. I don't remember how much I paid for the book, but I would assume it was $1 to $2 or less at the time. They were more popular when I bought it. The CDs, I've got somewhere around a quarter or something like that in those. I'll give you specifics later. And then these Blue Onion, I think I gave 50 cents each for these, so about $1, and I sold them for $5.99. These first 3 sales, nothing to write home about, but sometimes you buy stuff and it's just good to recoup your money and to move on and make better purchases. All right, next item. So I just listed this a couple of days ago. This is a Hilo Hattie Hawaiian shirt. And so this is vintage. This is one that's made in Hawaii, of course. It's kind of a brown and red light colorway, and it's got the hibiscus flowers on it. Very cool, extra large size. I gave $4.99 for this, and I sold it for $16.99 plus ship. Next item going out. So I was at one of my local Salvation Army stores here a while back, and so I looked these up, and I was shocked, man, that some of these are going for $18, $20, $25, $30 a pack. Different styles, different type. These are briefs, a 3-pack, but I got the ones they had out, and I asked them if they had any more. They said they had tons in the bag. I went back about 2 or 3 days later because I couldn't make it the very next day, and I asked them up front because I didn't see any, and they said, oh, we put those out and they've all sold. I thought, doggone, man, that'd have been great. So, you know, not the item you necessarily are targeting every time you go to town, but man, that's easy. New in the box and just quick flips to make about $15 to $18 per sale. So I got $15 plus ship on that pack, and again had 3 in those, but the other ones that I sold for $25. So next I have a Sony clear voice camcorder. This is really cool and kind of looks like the Sony Handycams. I like the style of this one. So I don't have much in this. This was in that big box of stuff I bought at the vintage yard sale, and so I've probably got like $1 in this or less. I had more items in the box than I spent money, like in dollars, so it's $1 or less per item. But this item sold for $25 plus shipping, $25 plus shipping, and I took an offer. Next item. So of course, always be on the lookout for vintage Levi's. This is you can't really see much about these, but this is a pair of vintage Levi's 560. These are a 3130 black. They are the tapered leg, you know, straight out of the 90s. This is what I grew up with, 560s and tapered leg jeans. So these were $27 plus shipping. And I can't remember honestly now. I think I got these at my local mom and pop shop, so I probably gave about $3 for these. I never give more than 5 or 6, and but a good purchase when you can find those at that price, and they're vintage, and you can flip them for $25 or more depending on the style. They can get really high if they're old enough. But again, good purchase. Made in USA. Always look for made in USA Levi's. Next, I've got a pair of shoes. These are a pair of Echo men's shoes. So Echo's a pretty good brand. You find the right ones. I've had these probably for about 2 or 3 months. We had them listed up, but these are really nice. I got these at my little honey hole thrift shop. I usually only buy shoes there when they're running a sale at 50 or 75% off. So I can't remember exactly what I gave for these, but their shoes like this are usually 20 or 25 bucks. So it's either $5 or $7.50. And then I sold these for $49.99. So 50 bucks basically. This next item, also a pair of shoes. This is a pair, if you haven't heard of this brand, Thoroughgood. Thoroughgood is a really good boot and shoe brand. You can see there on the tag. Now I got those in Florence, Alabama. We took a trip up to Florence, just had like a day out together, me and my wife, kind of little date day, and had dinner and stuff. But we hit a couple of thrift stores while we were there, and I found these. I think these were out of Salvation Army, so I probably gave like $5 for them. And these sold for $50 plus shipping. So that's a pretty good flip on those. I wasn't aware of the Thoroughgood brand until that day when I found that particular pair of boots. So that's a good brand to watch out for. They resell well, and they're expensive. They're well made, and people are always looking for them. All right, so the last item that I've got going out, this is another belt sale. So I talk about these a lot. Be on the lookout for belts. Don't overlook them. Make sure you at least give them a chance. This is a vintage Ralph Lauren polo. I don't know if you can see the little embossing on it right there, but this is just like a loop belt. You can see the loop, and it's women. So this is a medium size. This has been listed probably for about 3 or 4 months now, but I had this listed up at about 70 bucks, and I got an offer today for 62, and I took it. And so $62 plus shipping going out the door on an item that I paid less than $4 for. Guys, you can't beat that. So, you know, there's good value in them if you find the right ones and you kind of study up on them and know what to look for. You may make some busts sometimes. Just don't overpay on any of them, and you should be able to get your money back at the very least. All right, so our topic. So I purchased from a lady that cleans out storage unit a lot of CDs. There were 2 tubs full, or a tub and a box. And I estimate there's probably somewhere between around 250, maybe 300. I know I've been throwing out the 300 CD number. When I went back and started counting through what I had listed and thought about the ones I discarded, I think it was probably closer to about 250 to maybe 300. I kept about half, and about half were either they were either empty, they were in bad shape, they wouldn't play, they were too scratched up. I don't have a machine to buff them out. So a lot of it I discarded. Okay, so I had over 150, I think about 156 CDs that I kept out of that purchase that I paid $30 for the bulk lot. So I've got about 19 cents. I said a quarter earlier in them because I knew that was safe and I didn't have my numbers in front of me at the time. But I had about 19 cents each in the ones that I kept. Now, had I been able to use every one of them, it would have been more like a dime. But still, less than 20 cents is good. So out of those CDs, the 156, I was able to create 36 total listings. Now, out of these 36 listings, I've already had 18 to sell, so half of them have sold. It's a good time to kind of take a look at this. For those 18 sold listings, the net payout that I've received from eBay is $282.70. Now, that's before, of course, you take out money for taxes. And I get that. I'm not trying to, skew the numbers any here. So 18 sold for $282.70. Now I still have 18 more listings that I have up waiting to sell. And the list value of these is just over $500, exactly $500.70. So I know that in selling these, there's going to be offers sent and offers received, and I'm going to not, get that full price on every single sale. So I took $50 off the top of that, and let's say there's $450.70 of sales before eBay, charges their fees. Now, when eBay charges fees, they don't just charge on the sale price. They include the shipping and taxes and all that in calculating their fees. But their fee is 15.5%. So if I do 15.5% off of that $450.70, I get to $380.84. Okay, but $380.84 is still, again, inflated too much because they're going to charge fees on all that other money. So I've got to go back and think about that a little bit. So probably more like $350 or so that I have potential to be paid out to me from the remaining sales. If I add the $350 to that $282.70, then I get somewhere around $613.54 of potential profit. Now, I say profit, I guess we should subtract the $30 out. So if I subtract that, that brings us back down to what? $580.54. So $580.54 of total profit before tax on a $30 purchase. Who wouldn't spend $30 to make $580? Now, if I take out, say, 25% for taxes, that still leaves me with over $450. So, I mean, you're still looking at a true profit of $450 on a $30 purchase. That's why we resell. That's the kind of things we look for, guys. Not every, some people don't like to mess with this type of purchase. Look, I would rather find one item that I buy for $30 and sell for, $475, $600. That'd be awesome. But that doesn't happen every day. To be able to buy a lot like this of items for $30 and then to list them and see a true profit come back in the range of $450 to $500, that's a good profit and a good purchase. What's up, guys? Just a real quick shout out to Bella the Reseller. Thank you so much for choosing to feature me in one of your videos and shouting me out. Guys, if you don't know Bella the Reseller, go check out our channel. I'll make sure and leave a link in the description. So go over and give her a sub and see what she's got going on. One other thing I'd like to mention on this, when you go to buy something like this, you got to pay attention. You can't just buy anything random. You buy random CDs. I guess if you got them for 10 cents, you can sell them in lots and eventually make money if you put big enough lots together. But one of the reasons I purchased this particular 2 boxes of CDs was the fact that it was full of music that I knew was harder to find. There's a lot of out of print copies of CDs, had tons of, the early hip hop and rap, like East Coast, West Coast type stuff, and had a lot of like early metal, a lot of bands that people look for and bands that, are harder to find these days. And so it was very easy to make that decision, pull the trigger and say, hey, what will you take for all of these? Now, in doing that, again, you have to be strategic about how you do your listings. And so I tried to pull out things that were maybe like $8, $10 or more in single value, most of those. A few of them that were kind of borderline because of sell-through, I didn't do that with. If the sell-through is really good and they were harder to get your hands on, I tended to list those separately. And I've sold a good many of those. But the rest of them, I grouped artists together. If I had 3 to 5 sometimes of an artist, I would group them together and sell them as a lot from that artist. And I also did a lot of genre bulk listings, like of 14, 15, 16 CDs that were hard rock, heavy metal, hip hop, rap, whatever it might be. And so there's different ways to go about listing these. And in doing so, I'm not getting a high value for each CD, but I'm getting a good value for the sale. Any one of those bulk sales just about pays for my purchase, and every other one I sell is pure profit. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. It's a different way to think about how you list, how you purchase or source. Maybe look for these types of lots. I wouldn't advise just going to the thrift store and buying CDs at $1 a piece. It better be something sure enough good. Find that Taylor Swift CD that sells for a mint, something like that. But again, if you can find these bulk lots where people are just trying to unload them and clear out space, sometimes you can find a way to group them together where you can make a really large profit. So guys, that's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know this is kind of short, which you probably will like better than some of the ones I normally do, but I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you haven't already subscribed, guys, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Maybe give me the thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm posting new content. But you guys have a great one. Remember, like I always tell you, I love you, God loves you, and guys, whatever you do, don't you ever give up. See you on the next one.